Welcome to Hitman Boxing. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Every night I visualize the knockout. Every night before I go to sleep I visualize it. It is something that I prepare and train for. It's not something that I can predict will happen. It may or may not happen, but I get ready for it. Canelo Alvarez's statement. So Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin are getting ready for their most anticipated fight this month. September 16th, this Saturday, they will be going to war at the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. There's a lot of mixed reviews on this fight. You know, most of the people I've come across on YouTube, they are siding with Triple G, which is interesting because, you know, maybe, 4 or 5 months ago, it was the exact opposite. But I guess history kind of has a way of swaying people's opinions to Triple G. I mean, think about it. Canelo appeared to be afraid to fight Triple G anyway, right? He even dropped his WBC championship. If you look at both of their performances, both different yet different fights. Damn, did I just say different yet different fights? Man, I don't know what I'm talking about, man. I'm tired. Anyway, Canelo got a unanimous decision over Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. in a very one-sided fight. At the end of that fight, we saw the setup for the Triple G fight. Very fishy. Now, in Triple G's last fight, he went to war with Daniel Jacobs. A lot of people had Danny Jacobs winning that fight. I was one of those people. But Triple G pulled the win off, and he has Danny Jacobs on his resume. It's crazy because Abel Sanchez, it seems to not be too worried about Canelo Alvarez at all. He feels like, or at least the way he's talking, makes me think that he thinks Canelo is going to get walked through. He thinks he's going to knock out Canelo. I don't foresee a knockout happening in this fight. We don't get knockouts in fights like this, at least on average, I would say. But I would say that Triple G definitely needs a knockout to beat Canelo, unless it's just one-sided, which I don't foresee happening. I think we're going to get a good fight here, guys. I think there's going to be a lot of back and forth action, but, you know, somebody could be labeled a hype job here if they get knocked out. Triple G is definitely going to be labeled a hype job if he gets knocked out. But can Canelo do it? I mean, is the body work going to do it? I don't know. Is he going to be able to get through that jab of Triple G? I don't foresee Canelo going forward during this fight. I do anticipate him on that back foot all night, though, getting backed up against the ropes. But Triple G's got to be careful, man. You got to be careful when you back Canelo up against the ropes, man. You got to be careful when you're fighting him on the inside. Triple G does not like to fight on the inside, man. Canelo might tear him to pieces. You know, Triple G's key to this victory is his jab, that piston-like jab, that powerful jab. You know, he's a very accurate puncher. He does very well at cutting the ring off. All around, he's a very underrated boxer, in my opinion. He's got a lot of power. You know, when he was fighting Danny Jacobs, after he dropped him in, I think that was the 4th round, you know, Danny Jacobs used a lot of movement. Showed his boxing ability, and he did throw some bombs. And Triple G looked a little hesitant to engage like he's done with opponents in the past. On the other hand, Canelo is not someone who's going to be using a lot of movement, a lot of speed, but his defense has gotten a lot smoother. I mean, he doesn't get hit that much, does he? He slips punches quite well, and he even throws in the shoulder roll at times, as we've seen. I'm not sure how this fight's going to play off, dude. Like, I'm not sure. I want to pick, see, I've already picked Canelo. I think Canelo will pull it off. I think he'll get a victory via points. I don't see him stopping Triple G, and I don't see Triple G stopping Canelo. You know, I think this is going to be a game of chess, and, you know, whoever fights the perfect fight Saturday night is going to win. A lot of people, again, are siding with Triple G. Understandable, but I'm just trying to figure out how people forget about the Danny Jacobs fight. No one ever mentions that in the comment section unless it's, you know, some weirdo that's attached to Triple G's ball sack. You know what I mean? But that was a close fight, dude. A lot closer than what y'all think. If he hadn't knocked Danny Jacobs down, man, that fight might have gone the other way. But at the same time, Danny Jacobs did appear afraid in spots during the fight. But whatever, we're not really trying to dwell on that. I mean, he's got Danny Jacobs on his resume. He's got David Lemieux, Daniel Gill. He's got Kell Brook. You know, he's got some good names on his resume, man. You know, Canelo's got some good names on his resume as well. You know, albeit he lost to Floyd Mayweather, but he learned a lot since that Mayweather fight. He's gotten a lot better. He's improved. You know, the fight with Lara, that was a very close fight. A lot of people had Lara winning that fight, you know. I mean, he beat an undefeated Austin Trout. He beat Miguel Cotto. He's got some good names on his resume. I mean, in my opinion, Canelo cherry picks at times. But then again, who isn't cherry picking? You could say Triple G cherry picked Kell Brook at welterweight. He brought a welterweight up to middleweight. And he had some trouble in spots with Kell Brook. You know, Kell Brook was landing some fierce uppercuts in that fight. I mean, who throws uppercuts? Who throws those crisp, hard, fast uppercuts better than Canelo, man? If Triple G gets hit one of those, man, he's going to be hurt. Both of these guys are going to be hurt in this fight. I'm telling you. This fight just might be worth $70. But again, I'm not sure if I'm going to purchase it. I'm not a big fan of Oscar De La Hoya, man. I'm not a real big fan of that guy at all, dude. You know, again, I need y'all to let me know what color dress is Oscar going to wear the night of the fight. You know, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what color dress Oscar De La Hoya is going to wear, and you'll get a free Hitman boxing shirt. All right? Let me know the color dress De La Hoya wears, and I will send you a free Hitman boxing t-shirt. Okay? But anyway, back to this fight. There's a lot of news about this fight, man. Abel Sanchez just needs to stop running his mouth, man. He needs to stop running his mouth. Like, he knows it's going to be a tough fight. It's going to be a tougher fight than the Danny Jacobs fight, man. I don't know. We'll see. Canelo, he don't move around enough, dude. But we'll see how the fight goes. I'm really interested to see what happens after the fight, actually. You know, there's a rematch clause in the contract. You know, if Canelo takes a loss, I'm sure there'll be an immediate rematch depending upon how he loses. You know, Triple G wins the fight. Or rather, if Canelo wins the fight, I don't believe Canelo has a rematch clause. Or Triple G has a rematch clause. But it'll be interesting to see who Canelo fights after that. I would assume Billy Joe Saunders. And if I'm not mistaken, I did read a couple of articles today where Canelo said that, you know, he's not interested in holding on to that. I think he said he'd vacate the WBC championship if he won it, right? Which is just a shame, man, because then Charlo's going to have to fight some bum for the belt, and then he's not going to be the real WBC champion, and he'll never get a fight with Canelo, which is a fight I want to see. I feel like Cinnamon's been ducking Jermall Charlo. But at the same time, if Triple G wins this fight and a rematch, an immediate rematch after this, I mean, you got to give Triple G his props. And we get to see him fight Jermall Charlo. I'd love to see that fight. Anyway, Hitman Boxing, drop a comment in the video section. Hit the subscribe button. Throw me your prediction in the comment section below. Like I said, I got Canelo winning this fight. 12-round decision in a war. Let me know what you think. And before I bounce, make sure you go over to Kiwi Box's channel. I did a live stream earlier with him and Sporting Icons. In fact, Kiwi Box does, you know, about 2 or 3 live streams a week. Usually on those. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe to Kiwi Box. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to Sporting Icons. You know, both guys that keep it 100, don't show any bias. They just present facts, you know. So, I mean, who doesn't want to be presented with facts? Unless you're just living a lie. You know what I'm saying? It's real out here, man. Hitman Boxing. Like I said, go subscribe to Kiwi Box and go subscribe to Sporting Icons. We do live streams on Kiwi Box's channel quite often, at least 2 to 3 times a week. All right? Hitman Boxing. I'm saying it again because I'm running this. Hitman Boxing. I'm out.